Hi, my name's Yolanda Wilson, and I'm representing Gene and Constance Vernon in this mediation today. Gene Vernon and his wife Constance bring a claim for breach of contract against Lindsay Crane Traeger and her partner Luann Crane Traeger. The Vernons placed their business up for sale in August of 2016 for $170,000. They received two offers very quickly. The Crane Traegers placed $15,000 down with the promise to pay the remaining after a bank loan was finalized. They reside in two different states. They took possession of the truck. The Crane Traegers attended 8 events and benefited from the food riots, name recognition, the branding, the deposits paid, inventory in the food truck, and the profits earned from the events. Meanwhile, the Vernons continued to pay the food truck insurance and held the title and lost value for depreciation. The Crane Traegers did not forward any money to the Vernons or reimburse them for the inventory that they used. When the food truck season ended in October, the Crane Traegers notified the Vernons that the loan had been approved, but they didn't want to pursue the business and they returned the food truck to the Vernons. We are in mediation today to determine the settlement amount due to the Vernons in this breach of contract. First, let's review the codes that govern government commercial transactions. Contract law is covered by the Common Law and the Uniform Commercial Code, also known as the UCC. Common law governs contractual transactions with real estate, services, insurance, intangible assets, and employment services. Foods is a service with tangible objects, but also has intangible assets such as the brand and the trademark. The Uniform Commercial Code, or UCC, governs contractual transactions with goods and tangible objects such as the food truck. One of the big differences between the UCC and the common law contracts is that what is recognized as an acceptance. Common law follows the mirror image rule, requiring an acceptance to be an exact mirror image of the terms of the agreement to be legally recognized acceptance. If any changes are made to the offer, there can be no acceptance because there has been a change, and then it becomes a rejection and a counteroffer. There were no changes to the offer or the acceptance or the oral contract. When determining the terms, the UCC focuses mainly on quantity, whereas common law focuses on quantity as well as performance, time, the nature of the work, and other issues. Under UCC Section 204(3), even if one or more of the terms are left open in a contract, the contract is still valid, and it is a basis for an appropriate remedy. They intended to make a contract, and there are damages as an appropriate remedy. Under UCC 2 Section 207, a commercial transaction is considered valid upon acceptance. Here, the Crane Traegers took possession of the food truck and the business. There was agreed upon down payment and full payment under UCC 2 Section 304. There was a price under UCC 2 Section 305. There was a quantity of one food truck, one business, one which would be covered under commercial law under UCC 2 Section 306. There was a duration of the contract that was dependent on a third party, which was the bank, under UCC 2 Section 309. There was a time of payment in receiving the $15,000 under UCC 2 Section 310. There was flexibility to give into one and both parties to fill in the gaps because there was an oral contract which was based on the receipt of the bank loan under UCC Section 311 in Section 2. The parties intended a commercial transaction. The UCC was developed to address the two growing problems in U.S. business: the increasingly unmanageable legal and contractual requirements of doing business and the differences in state laws. As we move forward in mediation, I want us to consider what is fair to the Vernons. They have lost the profits from 8 events. They have lost insurance expenses as well as the loss of inventory and depreciation on their food truck. It will be a tedious task to determine the exact losses, and they could be well over the agreed upon amount on the bank loan. Therefore, it would be easier to find that there was a breach of contract and award the remaining $155,000 owed to the Vernons. I look forward to working with you as we find solutions through mediation. Thank you.